Stock secured? A&Ws? Who knew we'd ever be doing this again? I never knew. Mic check 1 2. I don't make black music. I don't make white music. I make fight music for high school kids. Put lives at risk on a night like this.
It's Black Hoody, I'm back cooking these goodies. Look at these views from cooking these foods. Yeah.
I'm at a dog park, okay? Anyhow, yes, we're doing a truck muck. I told you guys I don't have a setup right now. I sold off all my gear. I tore down my studio. I don't have like any proper situational lighting or anything like that at my homestead. So I figured we use the natural elements of the light of the world and we have a truck muck. Now, this is a subscriber sponsored request that I owe a subscriber called JMF, which I established in my last video. I've been owing this for a long time, but I was too dark and depressed to want to make the video. So now I'm making good on that. So JMF, I don't know if you still watch this channel. I hope you do. This is for you. He wanted A&W. He actually challenged me to make my own A&W and pit it against, you know, A&W, but I haven't made a cooking video in so long. I threw away a lot of my cooking stuff too. Like I did a big clear out of life. Anyways, I got 5 chubby chicken tenderinos. And then I also got some dipping sauce, honey mustard and barbecue. So we'll crack those. And then they have what's called a 56 burger, which is back for a limited time only. So the 1956 burger, I believe. I don't know when A&W was established. Maybe 1956. Probably not. I think it was earlier than that. But they must have came out with this burger in 1956. And I got the mama style version, which is just a single patty. It's kind of like a banquet burger with grilled, here, I'll try to give you the show. Grilled sauteed onion, I think, is like the main difference. And then it has like a Thousand Islandy style dressing, cheese, lettuce, tomato, doesn't look like pickle or onion, and kind of sloppily put together. I'm surprised by that. Usually A&W has pretty good construction. And then I did get because I'm very keto styles these days, I got a lettuce wrapped teen burger, which is in this little bonnet here. And I don't know, well, I guess I'll go over it with you. A teen burger is mustard, ketchup, pickle, onion, tomato, bacon, cheese, patty. It's basically a banquet burger. Oh, and mayo too. But you can't really see too much in there because the baby bonnet is on it. So I screwed up. I didn't get a drink, and I feel like a dink for that, but it is what it is. We make mistakes in life, and we try to course correct and become a better human being as time wears on. A couple little housekeeping tasks as we honey mustard dip dunk a chubby chicken strip. I don't know when the last time I had a chubby chicken strip was, but I generally don't lean towards these at A&W. I'm generally a teen burger guy, maybe a poutine, but I'm trying to be off the carbs because I got really fat in the last 2 years, and then I got unfat with the help of Ozempic, which is a miracle drug. It gave me back some semblance of control over my eating. However, in that control over eating, it gives you food aversion, so it zaps your appetite. You know I'm gonna do it. Zappetite. Had to. And it just makes it so you can't really eat a whole lot. So my stomach over time has been subject to shrinkage. I was in the pool. I was in the pool. All you Seinfeld lovers know that one. So yeah, so your stomach gets subject to shrinkage, and you just don't have the capacity to eat like what you used to. I did a double down effort of both the less eating stomach space, but also I eliminated all carbs. I just stopped eating pizza. I stopped eating bread. Anything carb. The only thing I have every once in a while is a small tortilla. And in that, I'll put a little bit of lunch meat, pickle, lettuce, cheese, whatever, mustard, and have like a tortilla type little quesadilla sandwich. But we keep it real carb light around here. Almost no full sugar pops anymore or soda. I basically only have zero sugar stuff, which, I mean, in today's day and age with the technological advances in zero sugar sodas and how good they taste, it's like indistinguishable almost. So it's like, why even drink a full sugar, you know? But yeah, that's kind of where my diet went, and I'm pretty strict on it. For me to be eating this bun is actually, you may not believe it, but it's technically pretty crazy. All right, the year is 1956. I've got my honey in the passenger side seat at the drive-in theater. She's popping a fresh A&W out of the glass bottle, and I'm waiting for her to lean over and give me a smooch. And I'm having this burger. Apparently, this sauce is just what they put on their matzo burger. Man, it's been so long since we've since I had some up close cams. I mean, it's all right. I'm not mind blown by any means. Uh, Tomatoes kind of slacking. Maybe a tomato bite will be better, but the sauce itself, I was expecting more of like a Mac Thousand Islandy real twang to it, like really hit me, but it's pretty mild. Right? I'm on the cinematic cam on this iPhone, and I hope it's doing its job. I have this little external monitor here that I keep checking if you see me looking down. Pretty cool little gadget. If you have an iPhone, it took me a while to find this thing, but it's an external monitor. I guess I could just show you it. One more bite. So basically, when you're shooting on an iPhone and you want to be on the good cam, not the front-facing cam, you want to be on the legit cam, you can't see like your shot, right? You have no idea what's going on. You don't have a monitor. Well, this thing and this might be Inception, is a external monitor wherein it casts what's on the screen on your phone to this, and you can just get your shot right. Right now it's framing my face, and you can have it on the just wherever. Like for me, you can actually, this is a magnetic ring. You can magnetize it to the back of your phone and have it as a monitor on the back of your phone. You can just put it anywhere. Like I could put it like right here on my dash, right in here. I have it leaning up against actually a side of sauce that I asked for an extra side. I asked for an extra side of sauce, and they gave me this like little huge cup, but like this one half a squeeze of a goopy bit of sauce, which is kind of disrespectful. It's like, don't mislead me by giving me this big of a container and getting me, the sauce fiend, excited for a bunch of sauce, and then have it be like this little shart, a very shart amount, you know? But whatever. Yeah. Not Big Macky at all. Big Machiavelli. It'd be, how nostalgic is this? Me and my busted ass truck. Smashing some grub to the face with the homies. That's what's up. Did I establish this? I screwed up. I didn't get a drink. I did say that, I think, already. Anyways, brain fart, memory fart. I mean, I don't mean to harp on this. I know you guys don't all want to hear about this constantly, about my faith-based Christian missions here, but I have to update obligatorily the people who are invested in it, like literally invested monetarily speaking, on the GoFundMe fundraiser, who are fueling the mission. Yesterday I went to the studio. I shored up the debt. I've now been released the almost finished song without any watermarks or anything like that on it, to where I can now respond to the pastor, show him the song, maybe get him on board in some way with that, see what he's feeling, talk to the guy at the studio. Me and him have real good rapport, real good conversation, and he's on board to get in and get it all touched up, final vocals and final mix. So that's all coming together thanks to you. So thank you so much. And I think that pretty much details just keeping y'all apprised as to what's happening there. If you're at all invested in that journey, now I just have to coerce. Well, I also have to get more money together, but I have to coerce this videographer friend of mine from back in the day. He actually used to, him and I used to play rep team soccer together. Lettuce burgers. What was I thinking? Well, I mean, I know what I was thinking. I was thinking stay skinny. So good. dripping all over though. But yeah, me and this guy used to play rep team soccer together back in the day. And then, oddly enough, he has a rough story about his alcoholism too. He's been sober 4 years now. And he was actually really helpful to me during my time of need, because he would post on social media every once in a while, like, if any of my friends are struggling with alcohol or addiction, he's like, I know what it's like. I went through hell and back. He's like, I've been sober, so if I can extend any help, let me know. And he did kind of help me through a few times with just an ear, just having an ear, somebody to talk to, and some strategies and things he does to make sure he doesn't slip off the wagon. And his was rough because he had kids and his wife. And, you know, he's a creative too. He's, you know, videography. So he's like, I used to just do everything liquored, like nothing, because he's like, I'm my own boss. I could just be half in the sack and just be making, you know, all these films and being creative. And he's like, it's funner to be creative when you're drinking. But he's like, I got so deep in it that he developed like physical dependency. And then he's like, even when I tried to quit, I couldn't quit. I couldn't get off. And he's like, this went on for years. He's like, my wife threatened to leave me, take the kids and leave me multiple times. And at one point he said, I also don't have napkins. I really screwed this one up. We're out of practice, okay? The sloppier, the better, they say. He said, at one point, he truly surrendered to the fact that he was so stuck in his addiction that he thought, I can't get out. And that he accepted that he would die drunk and alone. He was fully acquiesced to the idea that his wife would leave him. Oh, nothing in there. He would deserve it, and that he would die drunk and alone. And by the grace of God, he was able to get down to a treatment center. He was there for like 8 months, I think he said, like a long one. And he's never gone back since to drinking. And leads a completely sober life. Not a California sober. And he's doing great now. So, if I can coerce him to go on this journey with me and be my videographer and my editor, filming editor, well, we would work on the project together. I would be creative oversight. I would be maybe the Quincy Jones of it all, or the Quentin Tarantino. I would be the producers saying, like, this is what I envision. But Maybe he can do the editing, because I'm sick of editing. If I'm being truthfully honest. I spent so many years editing video after video after video after video after video after video that I'm pretty tired of editing. One day I'll get reinvigorated for it, but as it stands, it's just an exhaustive tedium that I really don't have the passion for anymore. But if somebody else will do it on my behalf, that would be wonderful. Same thing as getting in that studio. I spent so many years engineering my own music. I'm tired of engineering my own music too. It's like, I just want to be the artist. I want somebody on the board, facilitating the board. And then when it comes to actually mixing the song, I'll make these suggestions, these sonic suggestions. And then whoever's on the board can do that part of the job, you know? Because that's another thing too, as it pertains to my channel. You got all these YouTubers out there like in California and shit, and like all these, you know, just there's people with like, they live in like the this house, and then there's like 17 creators in the house, and there's 2 stars, and they got like a video guy, they got an editing guy, they got a dedicated thumbnail guy, they got a analytics and marketing and research guy, they got this guy, they got all these guys. My whole channel has been everything you've ever seen on my channel. I'm talking from the cooking, the editing, the filming, the storytelling, the intro, my intro, the music in the background most of the time. All the music I've ever put up on here that I self-produced, like I'm a one-man band. I did everything on my channel completely myself. So, jack of all trades, but ultimately lost the war. Let's call it that. Oh, and let me get this straight for 2 hot seconds. I put up a video saying God's plan, and I lose 100 subscribers, which I did since I put these videos out, which is fine. If you're not feeling the vibe, then good riddance. I don't need you here. And here's why it doesn't matter. Because all of that novelty, subscribers, views, all that crap, after 9 years, that all wore off. It was the complete evolution of going through the idea of starting a YouTube channel, being this juvenile innocent, not knowing what the fuck, pardon my language, you know, what's going to transpire, being all excited and addicted to it, getting views, getting subscribers, getting adulation, earning money from it at a certain point, getting a couple brand deals, like all of that. Eventually you become accustomed to all of those things, and then you reach an endpoint where it all fades. Like trying to get 1 million subscribers just isn't, at a certain point, it all became very commonplace. And so like, it doesn't matter to me if 100 people leave right now, because I know what it's like to have no YouTube channel. I had no YouTube channel for 2 years. And guess what? My life didn't end. It wasn't the end all be all of everything. It didn't, it wasn't life shattering. Like it just is what it was. And so I know what it's like to just not have a YouTube channel now. Not that I'm not appreciative of all of the people that are still sticking around, but I just have a new perspective or new lens on it, where like there's not so much weight on it anymore, not chasing those digits and the analytics and all that stuff. Because when I stepped away, none of that mattered anymore. None of that was in my in my, oh my God, this fly. None of that was in my reality anymore. It just, my reality shifted. So it just didn't apply to me anymore, basically. And also, I'm sorry for leaving with so abruptly and no explanation. I know that sucks, but it's just what I felt like I had to do. But yeah, tell me how I put up a thing called God's Plan and I get minus 100 subscribers, and then Drake puts up God's Plan and he gets 2 billion views and makes millions more dollars on tour. You know, make it make sense. Well, it's because he's Drake and he's part of the Luma. You're right. He's one of the illuminated ones. 666, God, right? Who idolizes and worships Moloch. Him specifically, more Moloch, because he's October's very own. He's got the owl on his chest. That's what his owl represents, by the way, is Moloch. It's a deity, a god. And I'm pretty sure he's one of these people who also is into Baal too, which is another deity god that in ancient times they used to sacrifice children to. But maybe we're getting too deep. But see, I know about these things that many people, most human beings don't. They don't think about any of this stuff. It's actually funny. It's like the other day, I was out at my family dinner and I was talking to my stepbrother and his girlfriend, and somehow we got on the topic of like maybe the Olympics, and then and then Nike came up, and I'm like, oh yeah, Nike, like the Greek god of victory. And they're like, what do you mean Greek god of victory? Nike? They're like, Nike. Well, yeah, it's the Greek god of victory. That's the Nike is the Greek god of victory. Like Poseidon is the Greek god of like the sea, and then Zeus. There's an origin point to these things in history. And then I say to them, I'm like, Nike, and I explain, and they're like, oh, like they're like, I just thought it was shoes, like just a brand of shoe. I'm like, well, yeah, in the modern age, if you're a surface level human, then yeah, they're just shoes. But if you actually look into some history as to how these things came to be, origin points, you'll understand that these brands were established and named after Grecian gods because of runners and the people who competed in the Olympics. So, anyways, going too deep on hist historical teachings, but you know, when people say too, like the world in the, it's not that deep, bro. It's like, well, it is that deep. Like the world has history, a very deep history, and if you have any inclination to look into anything beyond just the general surface of the modern capitalist slave matrix that we live in, that you've been conditioned to only think about, I don't know, but like when you look at these sports games, like everything symbology, everything hails and originates from somewhere, right? Like all sports teams names, and anyways, it goes too deep, but it is that deep, bro, sometimes, you know what I mean? But many people don't care to know these things. They're just more concerned about, I don't really know what people are concerned about, to be honest with you, but just I study deeper things off screen, behind the scene, in my own time, because I like to know about things. I like to be well versed in a litany of topics so that I'm the most interesting person at the party, which I'm not allowed to go to anymore unless I'm sober. Okay? Still be interesting and fun if you're sober. Just for me, not as much, because that's my problem with drinking, is that it makes me even more sociable and outgoing, and weirdly my brain almost switches on when I drink. So, but I don't have an off button, so we have to switch the off button to off in perpetuity, right? Everlasting. Okay, now let's establish two more things at the end of this video if you made it this far. I'm going to open up subscriber sponsored requests again. There's just going to be some stipulations this time around, which you can read about. I'll detail everything as it pertains to them. I'm not going to go into the details on this video. If you're interested in them, I will leave a detailed description of everything that's required for a subscriber sponsored request down below in the description, in the comments, pinned as well, 2 places. So you can get an understanding of it yourself. I'll leave very clear, detailed instructions about that. And then also, I've been accepted to it for a long time, but I'm on Cameo, and I think I'm gonna link you guys to that too. If you want to hire me up on Cameo and have a video of a personalized video to you on Cameo, something within reason, nothing crazy, but whatever. There's options over there. You can go to the Cameo link and hire me up there, because anything I make over there in terms of fundage, I'm going to be using in my creative pursuits here with this music that I've been talking about, these videos I've been talking about, and this journey to Winnipeg I've been talking about. So I'm using anything that comes in over there as fuel to my fire. And you just know that you'll be contributing to that. And then you'll also get a personalized video as well from me if you want. I think that covers everything, other than I'm going to get a sneaky little ice cream from McDonald's after this, because I've already broken the seal for today, even though I already had 2 workouts today. And so I deserve a soft serve by myself. Okay? All right. Till the next one, you know what to do. Eat good, live well. Stay true.